Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, this is Mayu Sana coming to you straight and live from the Kahawa Chit Chat Studios right here in Nyeri County. We are here for our artist residency program brought to you by Sana Moja, Kahawa Chit Chat and Creative Connect. We'll be connecting with a few artists who have come a long way, all the way from Kisumu, all the way from Eldoret, all the way from Nairobi. We have artists who have joined us right here in 019 Nyeri County, and we'll be interacting with our artists in a few. So without further ado, let me introduce my co-host for the day.
Chelsea Guya in the house.
Big up on yourself. Chelsea Guya, how you doing?
I'm good.
You come all the way from Kisumu yourself?
No. Nairobi.
Nairobi. Nice. First time in Nyeri.
Mm-hmm.
Loving the experience, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Chelsea Guya will be my co-host for the session.
Mm-hmm.
And we have other artists who will be joining us. So stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Don't turn the knob. Keep it Sana Moja. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another beautiful show coming to you straight from Nyeri County, from the Kahawa Chit Chat Studios. This is the Artist Residency Program by Sana Moja 2022. Yeah, and we're in Nyeri County with some very beautiful faces, as you can see. I'm the only man in the house. It's a full house, feminine energy, but we're going to balance it out. I'll see you. Yes, I. So we're going to start with a brief introduction of every single person who is here with us today. And we'll take it one step at a time.
Goza, my name is Babito Manze. I'm glad to be here. I'm a drama, dancer. I do crafts. I'm a teacher pia na hiyo ni art. I think not all teachers wanajua kenye wanafanya ni art manze. So kuteach pia ni art na feel the best artist ni mwenye inspired. Si mwenye inspired, sorry, ni mwenye na inspire watu wengine.
True.
Yeah, manze.
Hi, my name is Barbara Kesho. I'm a student, an art student. I'm an architect. And I'm so happy to be here. This is the first time here. Last time I missed, but yeah, we're going to make some memories.
My name is Michelle Adiambo, representing Sequoia, representing Ujama. I'm a curator, I'm a creative designer. I'm everything for social arts advocacy. This is my first arts residency, and since yesterday, it's all good vibes. I can't wait to have more of this energy.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your girl named Mario. Nacheki mic nimeshika inakaa miwa. Yo, tuko hapa, we in the area with some great amazing people. I'm so happy to be here, man. Let's make some music, let's make some art, let's make everything, we are artists, we create everything, from nothing, and that's who we are.
Hey, my name is Chelsea Guya, co-host. I'm a podcaster, and I also generally love art. So this is my first arts residency, and I am so glad. Thank you, Sana Moja. So this is it. This is the place you should be.
Thank you very much to our beautiful artists. For most people, this is the first time they're actually in Nyeri County.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're finding it. But yeah, how's the weather? How's the vibe?
Cold manze, lakini vibes on vibes manze.
Vibes on vibes.
Vibe
Kuna kahawa ndo kahawa courtesy of Kahawa Chit Chat. Yeah. So this is on all art inclusive artist residency, and we have artists doing different forms of art who joined us for the residency right here in Nyeri County. Watch out also for the next residency. We'll be feeding you on the details on our every social media platform at Sana Moja. But let's take it slow so that we can speed it up later on. Yeah. So I will start with the Michelle Sequoia, because you're in the curating and you're in the community and social art space. So you deal with a lot of artists and you work collaboratively with a lot of other people. So so far in Kenya, how is the environment in terms of like coming together, bringing artists together for collaboration and stuff like that? Does it work? Is it something that is viable? And is it something that you'd encourage more in the artist spaces and in the artist community that we have right in Kenya?
Working in Sequoia has really given me the exposure to be with different artists.
Yeah.
And just like you put it, I think collaborating whichever art form it is, will really take artists far. And working with other artists has been the best because now you get to see things from a different perspective. If it's a visual artist, if it's a photographer, if it's a podcaster, if it's a crafter, you have people making very beautiful earrings from paper. It's called paper quilling. I got to know that this year. And I think it's really amazing when people come together.
Yeah.
So my advice really is for us artists to always just look out for each other.
Yeah.
And for instance, let me just give a brief on how collaborations work.
Yeah.
And this is straight from Sequoia magazine.
Yeah.
That's how we started the collaboration bit, because now we had a makeup artist, we have a photographer, we have a set designer, we have a crafter who's doing the paperwork and flowers and everything. And then we had Creatives Garage coming in with providing space.
Yeah.
You see, in that that's a work of art, and everyone has given a piece of them. So when we are out there producing the magazine, it was not only Sequoia, but different people helped.
Yeah.
So meaning we all get recognition, and then at the same time we all get to put our work out there for people.
Yeah.
So I know the issue is usually monetary, but if you're putting out the value, money of course will come. But then how do you do this? Like the guy was telling us yesterday, you get to know your brand and work towards it.
Knowing your brand and working towards it collaboratively among different types of art forms, bringing artists together. Is it economically viable? Is there funding programs for when artists come together? And I would like probably to pose this question to Neymar, because you're a rapper yourself and you're a musician. So and one of the biggest challenges, a lot of people in the music industry and in the art industry, a lot of people say, there's not enough funding to do whatever we want to fulfill and whatever we want to actualize. So in your case, what has been the experience like working together with other people and also working on your projects itself, on your projects? You can mention a few of your projects also that you've worked on. Yeah.
It has been a learning curve,
Yeah.
For me, I'll speak for myself personally and not make generalizations about this, okay? If you look at my page, I haven't collaborated so much with artists. And that was because mi niliingia Nyasi for 3 years to work on my craft. I wasn't releasing any music. I wasn't interacting with anybody. Nilikuwa Nyasi, unajua. And during that time, I think that's when Neymar was born. And right now, people look at me and think, she's so ready, she's got this, she should be so far. Yeah, I get that. And honestly, I think I'm just beginning. So that's why I'm here to collaborate with these artists.
Yeah.
I've only collaborated with my cousin called Baha. I've collaborated with a guy from my ghetto in Langas. And it was Silvano, my really good friend.
Langas,
shout out.
yeah.
Love that one. Okay, and then I've collaborated with Kitu Siwa. So you see, I haven't collaborated with other upcoming artists, then bam, Kitu Siwa.
Yeah.
You see? So I'm the kind of person who, it's not really easy for me to collaborate with people if our goals are not aligned.
Yeah.
I don't just collaborate for the sake of making I like to really have soul in a collaboration, And I think after coming out of that Nyasi yenye nilikuwa nimeingia, I think I'm so open right now to working with people like drummers. And I've been to certain programs like the S Academy, and it was really, really insightful about collaborations. We did a couple. They are usually global open mics. It's not easy making the time.
Yeah.
It's not easy humbling yourself to collaborate with others. It's not easy. Those are the challenges that are there, because you can approach somebody who you really want to work with, and they say, tunes, that's maybe ule artist wa juu. And even some upcoming artists unaweza approach and it's like, no, if you're not giving me some money, hata we unaanza kuwanda, should am I wasting this thing? I could be collaborating for cash, and I would get people who would be willing to pay. But I'm just looking to collaborate now with people who our goals and our tuseme tu our musical spirits zimealign, unajua.
Yeah.
So we can just make magic.
Yeah.
I remember really wanting to collaborate with Trio Mio.
Trio Mio.
Yeah. So mimi nimemchapia hapo kwa DM yake analenga. Nikamtumia tena ngoma nyingine akalenga. Tena nikamtumia nyingine akalenga. Kaambia wewe acha hizo. Najua unaona hii stuff na usave namba yangu. Ndio akasave. So I usually see statuses and stuff like that. But when I told him, I don't want to collaborate with you because you take my name where. I think me and you can make art. Yeah. And that's always my goal. If it's about the art, me, I'll collaborate away, you know. And so right now I'm just starting. Let me just say that. That's my experience.
When you collaborate, you're creating a culture that you can control and monetize as a group. The world out there, I think everything works in terms of a group mentality. In terms of as an individual, you can't stand out as much as people who are organized and have brought themselves up, presented themselves as a group. Yeah. So probably I would think in Kenya there are a lot of artists who are working individually on their craft and they're working alone on whatever they're doing. Say per se a drama. Do you have a band that you play with, or do you work on your music as an individual and practice on your drums? And what are the benefits in both cases?
You need to like work on your skill as a person before you join a group of people. When, for example, artists, those who sing and something, you have to have your own time as an artist to come up with content, to come and understand things, how music works. You see, playing alone is different from playing with people because you're playing for people to hear. Yeah. You're not playing for yourself. You know? So when I'm by myself, I play for myself because there are skills I'm sharpening as a drummer myself. But then when I have to meet people, we have to, muziki ni, when we play together, sometimes, like when you go for production as an artist, unapata there are rhythms zenye yule producer anafaa kuplay. So when imagine sana kukia rhythm and you find it too loud than your voice itself. Na pia plus vitu kama guitar, when music is being produced, kuna combination of a lot of instruments, nacheki. So vitu zote lazima zikwe in sync, lazima like zijalign, unacheki. So I think kwa peke yako ni poa pia, una sharpen your skill as a drama. But tena ukiplay na wase, it's a whole different stuff because you have to like play what is relevant with respect to the context. So I feel pia kuwork zote ni win-win, but I feel unafaa tu understand both that play individually, you're doing it for yourself. But when you're in a group setup where you're supposed to like give something, you're supposed to play what is relevant.
You're coming from a background where a lot of our art in the past centuries and from our past was communal based. That's why you can't pinpoint that the Egyptians pyramids and said this is an individual person made that great work of art or an individual. So most of our art coming from an African background is communal based, I believe. So and Chelsea, you deal with a lot on your podcast. What's the name of the process? The process podcast. You deal with a lot of community and mental health issues in the community, which is actually a big challenge right now. And I feel it's one of the challenges that people won't mention directly, but also it's one of the challenges that stops us even from working together. Because if you bring your issues on board and they bring mine, there can't be an understanding. There'll be demons, too many demons fighting at the time. So probably just have to leave. Some people say it's ego, but probably even sometimes it's not ego. I'm going through a lot of stuff myself. You're going through a lot of stuff. You're on your side, and we can't find a bridge to connect. So Chelsea, you can just briefly tell us about the process and how the experience has been working on the.
First of all, thank you for mentioning mental health because it's a big issue, and especially amongst creatives.
Yeah.
You see, when you have a mental block, you're not able to create art.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel so bad because you find yourself from the art that you create.
Yeah.
So you feel, for lack of a better word, you feel useless because you're not channeling who you really are because you're mentally blocked. And I feel like as a community of artists, we also need to find ways of releasing this.
Yeah.
So for me, that is how the podcast came to be, because then I was struggling with how do I release? I'm not one person who likes to talk so much about what I'm going through. So this was like a journey for me. I started the process, which I've studied psychology.
Yeah.
So the essence of the process is I want this podcast to be like to be like having a therapy session. If you've heard the episodes, the first one is called Self. So generally you have to understand your own being before you can understand or be with anybody else.
Yeah.
Despite the fact tunasema community, but the individual and the community matters. Sindio? Lazima individual ajielewe ndi akuwe part of community. Yeah, so then you go to choices. You're going to join this particular community because you're making a choice. So then you go to growth. In this community, you're going to grow. Or as an individual, you're going to grow. So I wanted this podcast to be like a therapy session in that ukiskiza, you feel like you're going through something, you know, you're experiencing something. And therapy is not very cheap, my guys. It is not very cheap. Like a good session is like 2,000. And a session only lasts for 1 hour. Where's the pitisha 1 hour? After that, now you're not doing therapy. Mnaangaliana tu. So I feel there are other ways we can make therapy part of our art. You're a musician. Music therapy. You know, the event you did on music therapy. That is already a plus. So, and the drumming gets into the music. The crafting. I swear, when you go to Sequoia events and you craft, kuna some sort of relief you feel. You're like, oh my God, I have concentrated for like 20 minutes and I feel like nilisahau problems zangu kidogo. I was just focusing. So I feel mental health is something we need to talk more about because even from our background, sisi ni watu, we are still mentally shackled kidogo. We need to understand our own selves, release those shackles, and also we can move forward. So
the new age, the coming of the internet and social media and all these things that are coming with the new age, a lot has been happening in social media, and social media has been also one of the things that people say, probably this is what is making me depressed. I'm comparing my life to other people on this and this platform, and I feel like I'm not coming up as fast as someone else is coming up. So Barbara, probably I'd like to ask Otesho, social media, how has your experience been with social media? Do you see anything beneficial in social media, or is it all bad as people claim it to be? And have you reaped any benefits off of it from whatever you're doing?
I joined social media around 2016. At that time, social media was all about just fun, taking photos. As in, most of the time, we didn't used to make money off social media. But as time has gone by, I've seen like first starting businesses, especially in Instagram, you can market your stuff, market your own art. And something I've really there's a niche, there's something that is missing in social media. Social media at the moment, like people are just posting stuff for fun, vacations, and that to me is not content per se. As a content creators, that to me is not content, because that ni picture tu umeenda tu ukapiga tu ukatupostia sisi to like, but kuna content like fashion content. Actually, by the I've been following some lady. We joined social media at the same time, and we used to love dancing. And with time, I guess after school unalegea kidogo, mi like nikai I like sleep kidogo, but sahi mse like ametengeneza art yake, as in Instagram ni space yake for dance. So anapata partnerships through Instagram because post to reels and everything. So every time like I see her, I'm like, you know what, I'll still get there. It'll take time, yes, because every person's journey is different, you know.
Yeah.
And especially right now, I'm a student, I'm a first-time student. It takes a lot of my time. At times that I really want to go post, but then my account has been dormant for like years now, because I want to go post, I want to dance, I want to do art with my friends, but at times it gets to me like I'm so tired, I want to rest, I have a lot I want to do. But in the future, as I told you guys, I'm an architect. I really want to see like many people. Okay, kuna vile unaweza uonesha watu vile you go about your day, vile unachora hizo vitu, because unajua actually bedhila watu waelewangi hizi vitu, because most of the time mtu adhani tu umeenda tu shule mambo tu mchore kitu, but it takes a lot. Creativity yako pia, you need to be creative when you design something, when you design barabara, when you design park, when you design nini, like ina take a lot of your mind. So ningekuwa like niko Instagram, I'm scrolling through, alafu naona huyu bedhi amesha life yake as an architect, alienda akafanya hii project, even though iko at least nitaona by the way siko peke yangu na struggle. Kama at the moment saying kuna, let me just shout them out, sijui kama it's okay. Kuna some creatives in Instagram saying weeks I'm not sure Magutha. I don't know if you know them, but they're really doing some good job, because like they're architects but sasa wako na talent, wanafa craft yao. So wakonesha like take 48 hours doing a project, hajalala for only a 5 minutes as in kitu. So like inakupatia motivation as a creative, as an architect, as a what. Because most of the time watu dhani tu it's all about school, umeenda tu hapo unataka kumaliza shule uende tu upate kazi, but it's not all about that, because pia kuna hiyo passion, kuna hiyo like inatoka within, as in kuna difference, kuna okay, kuna watu wenye wanaenda tu shule like ndio umalize the degree and everything, but kuna different, kuna passion ya kufanya kitu like me.
We talked about social media being a platform to share your passions and your life, basically. I don't know, the people who have a problem with other people sharing different aspects of their lives on social media, that's them. But there's this one distinction that people actually I've seen so much debate on in recent time, because Leonardo da Vinci, probably when he was making the Mona Lisa, he painted for like 6 years. And then probably after the 6 years, now that painting has, the reign of that painting is from like when he painted till now. Everyone here knows the Mona Lisa, yeah, right? But right now we are making more, it's the fast food of art. It's like we're making the KFC of art. Instagram has become more about content creation. Now there's